Deacon.
That's 100 points.
No features, you know. A little case of nostalgia, thinking back, testimonies where we came from. We did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. Yeah.
All right, first and foremost, I want to say, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. That's all praise to the Most High God, in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. So today coming here is something I really want to do since I've been in the truth, man. Since I've been in the truth, I've been wanting to come back to my hometown and actually rebuke it, man. Actually come, like, cause look, pan over there. You see that right there? Pan right there. That's the elementary school I went to growing up. Pan right over here. At the end of that road is the house I lived in, growing up here in Temple, Texas, man. And ever since I've been in this truth, I wanted to come and teach in this spot, man. I wanted to come and rebuke my people and wake them up. Because this truth isn't going forth that hard in Temple, Texas, man. But in the midst of me saying that, earlier, as we were walking, we didn't even mean to walk in this direction we did. We walked over there and we saw two brothers bringing it out with truth and with power, man. And our people needs this because we're dead. You never heard of Israelites coming out in Temple, but now you see two brothers in this small town waking up, man. And they stood up in a perfect spot in the middle of the hood where it's nothing but Judah and Issachar, man. The whole stick is here in Temple, Texas, in this spot right here, bro. That's why it's important for us to come back to this truth. Because give me Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. You give me Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. Because we're in the perfect time to be gathering together. The whole damn stick is here, bro. In the same spot, getting oppressed by the same people. We were talking to Issachar down the street, and they was ready for war. Ready. They knew that there was something up about what's going on. They knew that we're going through the same thing that blacks are going through, and the blacks are going through the same thing Hispanics are going through. They was ready to hear this word. And that's why you have to have teachers here. And all praise for the Most High God for waking up those two brothers over there. Because they're going to do a powerful work here. They're going to do a powerful work here. But our people needs to get ready for that. They need to see their teachers, man. You need to see and hear your teachers and listen and hearken, bro. Because we're in that time. We're seeing a race war kick up. We're seeing people get put to death. We're seeing celebrities die like damn near, like at least 1 or 2 a week, man. We're seeing pestilences happen. We're seeing wars and rumors of war. I saw a rumor of war today about Russia possibly trying to attack America. What did I tell you to get? Hold that. Get Matthew chapter 24. Because we're seeing this. This is the end times right here, bro. Go ahead and say that.
This article saying Russia, Syria, and Iran, all of them get ready to, come to war against America.
They're already, bro. Give me this in Matthew where it talks about you know what I want.
Matthew 24, verse 7. Let me get verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You shall hear what?
Wars and rumors of wars.
Where you at? Let me see. 6. Go to when they asked him 3.
This is verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
What shall be the sign of his coming, the end times? Go ahead.
And of the end of the world.
The end of the world, or aeon, the end of the age. The end times. When will you see the end times coming? Read.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
And many shall say, what?
I am Christ.
Many people will come and say they're the anointed one. We see that with these false prophets. We see that with these churches. We see that all throughout the world. That's happening, man. That's what's happening. People are pretending, people are making themselves the anointed prophet. I seen that guy, what's that one dude we was gonna go see in McKinney who was shadow boxing people? You know that dude, the prophet something Joshua Holmes, man. This damn false prophet. They call himself a prophet. He haven't prophesied anything. Shadow. He's
throwing Hadoukens at people.
He's throwing Hadoukens at people. When did Christ do that, man? So God just gave you the power to throw Hadoukens to people? That's madness. That's falsehood. That's a false prophet, man. He's not telling you anything. He's not warning you the times to come. He hits you with a shadow Hadouken. You give him money, and you're worse off. That's what we see now. So read that again.
Kind. It says, and Jesus answered and said, Salakia life. Salakia. This is verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not
You
troubled.
shall hear what?
Wars and rumors of
We
wars.
hear wars and rumors of wars, man. We hear wars kicking up. We literally heard a rumor. We just talked about a rumor of war that just happened today. Go ahead.
And you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled.
Yeah.
For all these things must come to pass.
It must come to pass, right? Because what's going into that too? That's going into the race wars. That's going into the World War III. That's going into these riots. Stop what say we at. That's going into these riots, man. This stuff has to happen. Everybody wants to condemn the protesters. The Most High God's making this happen. The Most High God's putting the spirit on the protesters to protest because they're getting fed up with America, man. We saw Issachar over there fed up. It's not just the blacks. The Hispanics and the Native Americans are getting fed up too, man. They're going through the same thing. The whole stick is fed up. That's why the Most High God put that spirit upon them to raise hell in America. You saw a riot last night in every damn major city. And he had the same thing, man. You seeing precincts getting put on fire, man. You seeing major businesses get thrown on fire, man. The end is coming. We see this. If you just read the scriptures. So when y'all want to try to condemn the protesters, I mean, that has to happen. You think we're just everybody's gonna be fine and there's gonna be World War III? No. There's gonna be uprisings and seditions in Second Ezra. Second Ezra real fast. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. Go ahead. Now stay where you are.
All right. It goes on to say, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation.
Nation shall rise against nation. That's nationalities. That's race war. Christ predicted the race war. Go ahead.
And kingdom against kingdom.
That's America versus the other kingdoms, man. Go ahead, because that's going into rulerships.
And there shall be famines and pestilences.
And what?
Famines and pestilences.
And pestilences. What's the coronavirus? A pestilence. Sweeping America. Sweeping the major cities. We see this. Go ahead.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
And earthquakes in diverse places. We saw Puerto Rico just get rocked back to back with earthquakes. There was an earthquake in Texas a few months ago. Little is that known. When does an earthquake ever hit Texas? When the last time we heard of an earthquake hitting Texas? It's not even normal for that to happen. That's how we know the end time is coming. Go ahead.
In diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow.
It's the what?
The beginning of sorrow.
It's the beginning of sorrows. The beginning. We're just seeing the beginning. This is the start of this. This is point A. Our salvation is nearer than we believed. That's why we need to get. Now go back to Zephaniah. Our salvation is near. What was that?
What was you at before?
Matthew chapter 24. Whereas I think it's starting at 3 to verse 7. Read this.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men.
That should be what?
Sedition among men.
Yeah.
And an invading one another.
Yeah.
They shall not regard the kings nor princes.
Nobody's going to care about Trump. And what's going to happen? There's going to be sedition among men. That's going into the riots. That's going into the race riots. That's going into the class wars. All that's going to happen in America. We see that. So when y'all want to get on protest for protesting, that's got to happen, especially if you believe in the book. If y'all want to sit here and say y'all believe in the book, there has to be protests. There has to be upheavals in every city, like the Bible says. There has to be sedition among men, like the Bible says. This is coming. We see this. We see this happening on a grand scale to where everybody can see it. Everybody sees this. Like people are just brushing it by the wayside that there was an upheaval in every damn major city in America. That's unprecedented. Yeah. That's completely unprecedented. There's something that signifies something. That signifies the end of Esau's rulership. That signifies the end of white supremacy. That signifies the end of being just a nigga in America, or just being a so-called, or it was a spick in America, or an Uncle Tomahawk. That's over with, man. Like I was trying to say yesterday, that's done. When you see upheaval in every city, then they're destroying everything. That's done with. That's the same thing they did in Haiti. What we did is on a macro scale, because the Haitians, Levi, they finished the job. but you ain't never seen Judah do this. You ain't never seen Issachar do this. I saw a picture today with Judah with the Black Lives Matter sign and Issachar right next to him with the Viva Mexico sign. When do you ever see that? When do you see us together tearing this nation down? That's why it says, give me Obadiah. Yeah, I'm done with that. Give me Obadiah chapter 18. We're coming together to burn this place. We're coming together to burn Esau. Go ahead.
This is Obadiah 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Yeah.
In the house of Joseph a flame.
What is that? Going into the restoration of Israel. Us coming back together to be one stick to do what?
In the house of Esau for stubble.
To burn Esau. To burn this kingdom down. It's coming down. That's why I say this is the signification of the end. Well, you see Issachar and Judah just holding hands to bring this place down. You see Judah together to a degree, but not this level. This is completely unprecedented. We've never seen this before. You've never seen unity between the tribes. That's why we need to gather together. That's why Temple is a major place for the whole stick to come together. Because look who's living together. But pan this around. Who stays here? Who stays here, man? Issachar and Judah. The whole stick is here. That's why we need to give me Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. That's why we need to gather together. You give me Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20.
Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
We need to gather together because we are not a desired nation. You're not a desired nation when that happens to you. You're not a desired nation when they're raping your men and your women. You're not a desired nation when they're putting you in slavery. And you're not a desired nation when they're putting the Tuskegee experiments on you, the black codes, redlining you. What's happened in Temple, you wonder why all these black and Hispanic people are in one location and Esau's all the way on the other side. You're not a desired nation then. It's amazing, bro. You're not a desired nation when the first thing they want to do is kill you and then make you look like the bad guy for them killing you. That's crazy. You're not a desired nation. That's why we need to do what?
Gather yourselves together.
That's why we need to gather together. That's why Temple should be an epicenter for this truth. Because it is. You see Judah and Issachar and really the whole northern kingdom here together, man. and they're not fighting each other. This is unity. This is stepping stone for unity. Go ahead.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth.
Before the what?
Decree bring forth.
Before the decree breaks forth. Before you're out of time, really. Before everything just gotta burn away. Like the what? Go ahead.
Before the day pass as the chaff or the chaff. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
And what is he going to come with? Fire. Before the day pass like chaff, something that's easily burnt. That's why we need to come together. Because we need to come together and take this nation down. When we start doing what we're supposed to be doing, you give me Revelation chapter 7, 7 verse 4. When we come together, this nation goes to the ground. That's right. When the elect is sealed, we take over. Hold what you got. I want you to get that, but hold what you got. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. Because when Esau loses his kingdom, we rise. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true children of Israel, we rise. And then we put our foot on their neck. And then we're going to see who gets asphyxiated. That's what's going to happen. And it needs to happen. Because you can't just rule the damn world. You can't just rule the damn world forever and think nobody's going to come see you. You can't think the Most High God's going to be with you. Like he's not going to put the spirit upon his chosen people to come see you. You can't believe that. That's why it's imperative that in Temple, Texas, that we hear this word. That you hearken unto this word, and you hearken to your teachers. Because right over there in that block right there, raise your hand and turn around real quick. Right over there in the back of that house was where we seen those two brothers out there. Probably the only two jakes holding camp in Temple, Texas. It's imperative that you hearken unto them. Because we're not going to be able to be here every weekend. We live in Dallas. Our lot is in Dallas, Texas, but we came down here to do the work because we love y'all. But it's imperative that you hear your teachers and hearken unto them. Go ahead and read that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20. It says that though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction,
That's captivity.
yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
Your teacher's not going to be, say where you are, your teacher's not going to be removed into a corner anymore. We're out here. I never thought I'd see Israelites in Temple, Texas, bro. That's something that blew my mind. Like, just blew my mind. It's little old Temple, Texas, man. I walked over there, I was like, dang. And they bring it out in truth and in power. Like the whole, give me, hold what you got. I'm telling you, hold so many precepts. Give me Acts chapter 8, chapter 1, verse 8. Go ahead, keep going.
It says, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore,
Yeah.
but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
And you're going to see your teachers out here every Saturday. Go ahead.
And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it.
We're teaching our people to go back into the old paths. No, I'm going to get it out of this. Read this.
When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left,
Yeah.
ye shall defile also the covering. You want to?
Yes, I do.
You shall defile also the covering of thy graven images
Go ahead.
of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold.
Of silver and gold, going into idols. Then once you hear this word and hearken unto it, then you're going to start defiling these graven images. That's this, man. That's this right here. That's Caesar Borgia. That's your crosses. That's everything Christianity stands for. This is going to be defiled. Like we're doing right now when we put horns on this damn devil, because he's a devil.
That's right.
That's what we're doing. Because we heard this word and we hearkened unto it, man. That's what happened. And that's what's going to happen to Jake out here. If, Lord willing, they repent. They're going to do this. They're going to defile this image. They're going to brew walk on this image.
That's right.
They're gonna body slam this image. They're gonna punch this image. They're gonna haymaker this image, man. And that's what they need to do. We need to come out of this. But that's only gonna happen when we hearken unto our teachers. That's been brought out for y'all. Because you got small towns ain't even gonna have two Israelites to bring the word out for y'all, bro. Y'all ain't gonna have that. Not everywhere's not gonna have that, but Temple, Texas is lucky enough to have that. Temple, Texas is blessed enough to have that. Salak. Temple, Texas is blessed enough to have that. And we need that. Because I've been standing out here for a good hour or so. And I've seen our people I've seen the same Jake hitting the corner multiple times. What are they doing? Pushing packs. How is that gonna bring us out of this situation? By just sitting at the house smoking weed or being out here trying to sell drugs to our people. We need to get over that. It's not the time for that because our salvation is nearer than we believed. Now read that again.
It says, ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver.
Now go back to verse 20.
Isaiah 30 verse 20. It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Thy eyes shall see your teachers. Your teachers are going to be out here. Go ahead.
And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it.
Jeremiah 6 and 16. We're going to say, this is the way, walk ye in it. Jeremiah 6 verse 16. That's what we need to do. We need to go back into the old paths. This is the way. This is the path. Being a nigga in America hasn't worked. Being a silly Hispanic in America hasn't worked. Being an Uncle Tomahawk in America has not worked. Look at the way we're living. Look at this. This isn't working. This isn't living. We can't be proud of this when the so-called white man and the Hamites and the Moabites and Chinese people are living in damn mansions in Temple. But you staying over here in the ghetto, in the worst parts of town. Why can't you have that? Why can't you have that? Why are we comfortable with living like this? We can have that. And the only way we're going to have that is by coming back to the old paths and coming back to our God. Go ahead and get that.
Because Jeremiah 6 verse 16 says, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
Do what?
Ask for the old paths.
What was we before we were slaves in America? Let's find out the old paths. What did Job 8 and 8 say? It says, prepare thyself to the inquiry of the search of your fathers. Who was we before this? We weren't just slaves in America. We weren't just slaves in Mexico having to learn Spanish. We weren't just people just locked up in these schools and having to get away from our Native American heritage. We weren't getting converted into blonding our hair. We weren't getting converted to cutting our hair into short hair and then worshiping their gods and worshiping their ways. We need to seek the old paths. What's the old paths? Being an Israelite according to the Bible.
Right.
That's the old paths. That's what we need to seek in. Read that from the top.
It says Jeremiah 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. Where's the good way? And walk therein.
Where's the good way? What's the good way? What's the way we should be walking in? Because evidently this isn't working. If we're going to jail every day, if we're getting shot every day, if we got single parent households happening every damn day, we got baby mamas who don't want to be with their fathers every damn day, vice versa. We're killing each other. We want to be murderers. We want to be haters of our own people. We want to be adulterers. That's not the right way, man. That's not the good way, because it hasn't worked till now, man. To this day, it has not worked.
This is Deuteronomy 10 and 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
With all that heart, with all that soul, go ahead.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To keep the commandments, why?
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, for thy good.
For thy good. Give me Romans chapter 7, verse 12. God. For thy good. And what's the good paths? The law, statutes, and commandments. Right. Not hating your brother. Loving your brother, like the scripture says. When you see your enemy's ox, help him get it out of his burden. What does that mean? Not holding a grudge. Because if he's your enemy and you would choose not to help him, what are you doing? You're holding a grudge off a past thing. That's why Christ said, love your enemies. He wasn't saying love the damn oppressors who've been oppressing you. He's telling you to love your enemies, teaching the Torah. Christ taught the Torah. He taught the law, statutes, and commandments. That's right. Go ahead.
This is Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good.
Just and what?
And good.
And good. These law, statutes, and commandments is good for us. Because it's the law, statutes, and commandments, just keeping this, just the 10. Just the 10 saves us from so much hell. And what's in that? Thou shalt not kill. That's black on black crime. Thou shalt not steal. I know Jake has experienced being stolen from or stealing from another Israelite. I know y'all hate that. I know you hate that. So if we kept that would stop that. Adultery. How would you feel if your woman got took? But you want to turn around and make a song about how you take it. You mentioned steal your girl. Just keeping just a 10 would save us from hell. But y'all made a covenant with death. Y'all are in agreement with hell and the grave, and not a fiery place underground. That's a really shitty condition, and the grave. Y'all made a covenant with that. Y'all want to be murderers. You want to be stuck on give me Isaiah chapter 30. Because you want to be stuck on oppression. Go ahead. What's that, verse 10?
Book Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10. Verse 39.
Yeah.
Because Isaiah 30 and 9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
And who does that fit? What people on earth who it just aches them to it just hurts them. It's a grievous thing for them to keep the commandments. Who is it grievous for? The Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, even on a basic scale towards each other. Because that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about towards the white man. We love the white man. We'll keep the commandments towards them. We ain't gonna sin against the so-called white man. We're gonna sin against the Arab man. We ain't gonna sin against the Chinese man. But you sure damn well will hate our own people. Y'all be quick to kill your own people. You see another Mexican man, or you're a Mexican man, you see another Mexican man, you'll kill him over a so-called white man. The black man, you've already killed him over kill him quickly when you see another black man and a Native American man, you do the same thing on the rest. And you see this. Y'all are the ones who hate each other. That's why it's an imperative thing. Why it's an imperative thing, the two commandments that Christ said. The two greatest commandments is to love your God and to love your neighbor. That's imperative. Because if we hate our God, what does he do? He puts us in captivity. If we hate our brother, we continue a cycle of violence that'll never stop. That's imperative. That's just basic things. No other nation, give me Jeremiah chapter 2. Jeremiah chapter 2, how the nation changed their gods. Because our people change their gods. We whatever God just floating in the wind, we just rock with it. Islam, I'm just gonna rock with it. Follow damn stone, I'm gonna rock with it. Buddha, I'm gonna rock with it. Damn Buddha, they don't even like black people. They hate black people, bro. You know the nation changed their gods.
This is Jeremiah 2:11. Hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods?
Guess what? The nations have not, this is a rhetorical question. Have the nations, or other than Israel, the other nations, have they changed their gods? No, they haven't. But Israel just goes with whatever. Go ahead.
But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit.
They've changed their glory into that which doth not profit. Buddha doesn't profit. Islam doesn't profit. What else? What other madness? Chematology doesn't profit. Worshiping your own, believing in your own self doesn't profit. How's believing in yourself going to stop systematic racism? How is believing in your own self going to stop homosexuals? How is believing in your own self going to stop so-called black on black crime? When all the rest of us believe in ourselves and they kill each other. That doesn't profit. But our God profits because he gave us a law, statutes, and commandments. Give me Sirach chapter 17, verse 9. Because it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know why, but go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 9. It says, he gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding.
That we might declare his works with understanding. What's one of his works he gave us? The law, statutes, and commandments. Bring us out of Egypt, giving us a nation. Go ahead.
And the elect shall praise his holy name.
The elect shall praise his holy name. This chosen shall praise his holy name. Go ahead.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge, and the law of life for an heritage.
He gave us knowledge and a law of life for an heritage. This is our heritage. This is what we need, but we strayed so far away from that. Even in the truth, people who say they're in the truth stray away from the law, statutes, and commandments. They'll spread rumors on you easily. They'll bring up a false report upon you easily. They'll lie on you easily. We can't be so disenfranchised from the Torah, man. Because when we get disenfranchised from the Torah, we become enemies to our own selves. We become adversaries to our own selves. We become murderers of our own selves. We become suicidal maniacs because we'll kill each other and kill ourselves in the process. A homicide, suicide at the same time. And you can't build a nation off of that. Off of murder. Off of doing whatever you want. Not killing somebody should be common sense. How? How is not killing somebody should be common sense when people do it? That doesn't make no damn sense. If it's common sense, then nobody will kill anybody. We wouldn't have murderers. We wouldn't have adulterers. We wouldn't have homosexuality. We wouldn't have people stealing from people. It's madness, bro. We need a codified law, and that's the law, statute, commandments that the Most High God gave us as a heritage. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you're the true children of Israel. Give me what I told you to get. Get Timothy? Say, yeah, go ahead. You know exactly what I wanted with that. Yes.
1:8?
Yes. Where is it? Yeah, go ahead.
This book of 1 Timothy, this is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, but we know that the law is good. If a man,
the law is what?
That the law is good.
So we have to go back into the good paths again. That's a precept on what good is. Go ahead.
If a man use it lawfully, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
It's not made for a righteous man or somebody who is already keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's not who it's made for. It's made for what?
But for the lawless.
But for the what?
Lawless.
The people who are adverse to the law, statutes, and commandments. Why does it say that? Because it's not common sense. It's not common sense. Just like eating pork. Our people don't know that causes gout. And the people don't know that causes high, well, some of y'all know it causes high blood pressure because y'all damn big ass mama who be making Sunday dinners got it. And then y'all sit around and do the same thing. But something like that, it's just not common sense, bro. It's not common sense The law, statutes, and commandments isn't common sense for everybody. If it was, we would have people righteous and they wouldn't transgress them. They wouldn't be murderers. They wouldn't be adulterers. They wouldn't be lying to each other. They wouldn't be doing whatever. They wouldn't be hating each other. Keep going.
It says, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly, and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers.
And who's doing that? Jake. Because this all really the Bible is revolving around a nationality perspective. It's not an everybody book. So this is talking about murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers. Who's doing that amongst their own people? Israel.
Yeah, because you have Jake. Like Jake, he'll get mad at like an op or something, and he'll go past his parents' house and shoot at his parents' house, like while his little brother and his mom in there, right? Like that's something that happened like when I was staying down in Georgia, in Fieldstone. Like that's something they used to do. Like if they had a problem with you, they'll shoot at your mom's house.
And wouldn't care. You wouldn't care. Read that again. Read that part again.
It says, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers. You want to start from top of that?
No, keep going.
For whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind.
So look at this, man. Murderers of mothers, murders of fathers, whoremongers. Monger means a dealer, or somebody who deals in a certain thing or a certain topic, like a fishmonger, somebody who sells fish or peddles this. This is somebody who deals in whores, who peddles whores. What is that going to? Pimping. Pimping. Who's doing that? Who's doing that as a nation? Who celebrates that? Who's talking about pimping over the goddamn world? Who's doing that?
That's us.
That's us. That's Israel. The Black and Spanish Native Americans, man. Talking about pimping up a storm. Niggas talking about pimping up a storm, bro. You're coining phases. You're coining phrases for niggerdom, for ignorance. That's madness, bro. That's madness. But y'all want to come out against us for reading a book that y'all say y'all believe in. For packing a church with a white Jesus in it with the same book that y'all say y'all believe in, which speaks against a white Jesus. Jake is a walking hypocrite, a suicidal maniac, and a monster, bro. Read.
Says, for man-stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine.
And Jake does everything that's contrary to sound doctrine. Is it sound doctrine to make a song about stealing another man's wife, but then you'll turn around and be mad when somebody steals yours? No, that's not sound doctrine. It's whipping up magic in the kitchen. Is that sound doctrine? Being a goddamn warlock and witch? Is that sound doctrine? No, but we'll make a song about it. Is popping pills every damn day to get away from your reality? Is that sound doctrine? No, but we'll make a song about it. We even do that with country music. We make country music. That niggas trapping in country songs now. Y'all been Lil Nas before Lil Nas been Lil Nas. When Jake becomes a part of something, you corrupt it. That's what you do. You'll just take something and just corrupt it for no damn reason. It's just, you're wise to do evil, but to do good, you don't know. Go ahead. That's it on that, right?
Yes.
But just it's madness, bro. We can't be so disenfranchised from the Torah, the instruction. We can't be a people without instruction, because that hasn't worked. Do what you want hasn't worked. Do what's good in your own eyes hasn't worked. None of this has worked. So we have to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments so that we can work together as a nation, as a collective, as the whole stick coming together and bringing this nation down. Go ahead.
Okay. I ain't really
Go back to Revelation chapter 7. I think it's verse 4. 7:4.
Time. That's what you wanted me to hold. Yeah. This is Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which was sealed, and their words.
Now start from the top.
Chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth.
That's the judgments.
Nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
So he was talking to these angels, these four angels, who were given the power to bring out the judgments on the earth. He was telling them, hurt not the earth. Don't do anything yet. Don't bring these judgments. Don't bring these ultimate judgments down to tell what?
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God.
Till we have sealed the servants of our God. The elect. Until the elect is sealed. That's why we're out here. That's what we're out here to do. To seal the elect, because we want this nation to burn.
That's right.
We want the people who put us in captivity to burn. We want them to come back in our kingdom as slaves in chains.
That's right.
We want to rule, and we want to rule in righteousness. We want to show the other nations how to rule in righteousness and their own nations when they're subject to us in our kingdom after they serve their 1,000 years of captivity. Go ahead.
Till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000.
That 144,000, the elect of Israel. Now read that.
So book Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 5. It says, you said 9 and 5?
We're talking about the seal. Where it says, those are sign cry. That's Ezekiel 9. There. Yeah.
In the book of Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4, it says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Let's give a quick synopsis of that. That's seal the elect. That's what we're coming out here to do. We're sealing the elect because they're going to hear this. Somebody's going to hear this. This loudspeaker is reverberating off all these houses. I can hear the echo come back, and I can hear myself in my own ear. So if you are hearing, somebody's hearing this, and somebody's going to take heed to this. Keep going.
It says, and to the others he said in mine hearing.
To the others, those who aren't going to be sealed,
go ye after him through the city and smite.
And do what?
And smite.
So if you don't want to hearken unto this word, you're going to get smitten. You're going to get smitten. Keep going.
It says, let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
Both maids and little children, old and young. So when the Most High comes back and you haven't repented, the children are going to get put to death. The father's going to get put to death. The mother's going to get put to death. The grandmother's going to get put to death. If you don't want to hearken unto the word of the Most High God and keep his law, statutes, commandments, and the prophecies thereof, you're going to get smitten. And what's that smitten? How are you going to get smited? You're going to get hit with that second death, that nuclear missile that's coming to America. That's coming to a city near you. Go ahead.
So slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
So it's not going to hit those who were saved. So it's imperative that we hearken unto this word and keep it and do exactly what the elect will do. Because I've heard this before. I don't know if I'm the elect. We don't know if we're the elect. But what I'm going to do is make damn sure that I do what the elect is said to be doing in the Bible. To study, to show myself approved, and work out my own salvation with fear and in trembling. And with that, I want to say, Kol Ha'Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and say Shalom.
Shalom.